Pond is looking so peaceful. Dad's already over there finishing up some of the trimming he was doing. We do have some weather coming, and we're still waiting on a dozer guy, so I think we're gonna go do something else instead. Welcome back to the journey, friends. So as you see behind me, I'm actually right here next to the pond, and on this side of the pond, which I want to say like the northeast side of the pond, I guess, this is actually an area that we do want to put animals in. It's actually a pretty good sized area. I can always show you like a screenshot overhead of what it looks like. But I think what's going to happen, since we're wanting to do a bigger area over behind where we plan on putting a barn for other animals, right? So we will have kind of two different areas that we can utilize for animals. This would be a lot bigger than that over there, but to be able to move around, you know, like goats, pigs, you know, some of the different things, chickens, stuff. Obviously chickens are probably just going to end up having free range of everything. Excuse me. But with that being said, we do want to be able to have, you know, different options. And originally where I was going to put the blacksmith shop, woodworking shop, and a sawmill was over in an area where is now going to be a fenced off area for animals. And even though this was also going to be fenced off area for animals, since this area over here is a lot bigger than that area over there, we're going to go ahead and utilize some of this space for those shops. So we're still waiting on equipment and kind of working around the weather, but clearing land doesn't cost nothing, and I like that. So let's get busy. My phone is currently uploading the next scuttlebutt. So if you guys did not know we had a side channel, that link is always at the end of the video, always down in the description. And yeah, we don't always get a chance to post over there every single day because we're still waiting on our fiber internet. So I'm already out of data for my phone. So it takes forever for videos to upload. But since it's starting to rain, let me go grab it so it's not getting wet. All right, crash is averted, got the phone. So as right now, I mean, I don't know if you can tell on the pond, but it's just like a very light sprinkle and then like an occasional heavier rain, not like super heavy, but yeah, it is what it is. I think a lot of this, since a lot of this is like some smaller underbrush, man, I really wished, which I'm actually thinking of possibly putting the mower onto the back of the Ford tractor and coming through a lot of this. Obviously I can't use Little Mac, otherwise I'd use Little Mac for it. But I think that the Ford, because I can back up into a lot of this brush, basically knock it over, and then you come back over it forward and it just chops it up, because a lot of this stuff is just grasses and really small stuff. But then you get bushes like this that have the berries. Obviously I would need to look that up. I don't even know what that is. But it's not just that one. This whole bushel right here is just nothing but berries. So I mean, it's all gonna have to go anyway, because a lot of this area right here, because where I'm standing, it's not perfectly flat, fairly flat, but once I get all these trees and stuff cleared out, a lot of the stuff I can always come in here with the box blade and continue getting it, you know, smoothed out a little bit more. And who knows, I mean, possibly even if the dozer guy has enough time, or I can even bring him back another time to come over here and kind of flatten this out a little bit. But where I'm standing right now is just about where the sawmill shed would start, and then it would go that direction, and then up here would be the blacksmith shop, woodworking shop, with the front facing away from the pond and the back of the building facing towards the pond. But I can always put in like a window or something like that, so I have a view of the pond, right? So anyway, I'm going to continue cutting down trees. Dad's bringing over the little trim mower. We'll kind of come through here with that as well and just see how that does. If it looks like we need a little bit more, then I'll go throw the Del Marino up onto the Ford tractor and let it eat. Really bad. Oh, but other than needing gas in a new string, I think it's doing all right. That we should not need to bring the flow mower up in here. The only reason why, you know, I'm trying not to use that tractor as, you know, a whole lot, because it's not mine, right? So I don't want to put wear and tear on it if I don't need to. So we're just going to continue to do this, cutting a lot of this stuff down by hand, like all these little things, get it all piled up, and yeah, one day at a time, folks. One day at a time. Look who decided to join a video. Yeah. We have a lazy child that always wants to help, but then when she comes out to help, she never wants to do anything.
She starts sweating and she's like, I want to go inside. I'll go to the AC.
Get one little sprinkle and she's gonna melt.
She just finished her schoolwork. I told her she needs to exercise. Or else we're both going to get chunky.
Even Willow came to get in the way.
Always.
Always in the way, Willow. And of course, we're still in the burn ban, so all we can do is pile this stuff up, burn it later. This thing's done just plumb wore out. Get back to hand tools. Okay, well, before mom and dad get over here, because they get to be pretty loud at times, we actually found another tree here that has berries on it. So if you know what that is, let us know. We believe hackberry, not sure. And then obviously we find a whole bunch of trees with the thorns, right? We've had those all over the place, so stuff like this will go down because we don't want it around with the kids. But it'll definitely be trimmed up. And then
a whole bunch of berries here. They look like little blackberries.
Yeah.
We have these little ones that are actually in vines. These are the blackberries that are in vines. And then we have berries that are in trees.
Yeah, and that right there on the tree is the same one. Mm-hmm. Like there's a whole bunch of it over there that I showed y'all earlier.
Yeah.
So
some in vines and some in trees.
So some of this stuff edible? I don't know. Probably not. And then
maybe just deer food.
You guys might have, I don't know if we ever showed them this, but like we had seen it before.
Oh yeah, it's right there.
But we already knew it was here. But if you look down here, boom, cattle feeder, yep. Round hay bale feeder. We'll get out of there.
We'll be pulling it out at some point.
Yeah, at some point that will come out. But this area over here will be for animals. So it's already where it needs to be. Just needs to be cleared out a little more. And then so we've got, which you're kind of going crooked from what it looks like, because you were over there.
No, I'm not going crooked.
But all this right here is going to get cleared out. And then this is where, and it's going to be L-shaped. So obviously there is like a little bit of a ditch over here. So this ground will have to be, leveled out a little more, but the mill will run this direction over here on this side. And then it'll be the wood shop and then the blacksmith shop, right? Closer to the pond. And then temporarily though, until those things come in, we are going to put a building over here or a tent or whatever for Dad. So a lot of the stuff that's over there, right, we'll start tearing a lot of that stuff down, moving it over here. That way we can clear out that area over there for animals and whatnot, you know. So all stuff we can do right now, because like I said, none of this costs anything other than our time.
Good job, to get it straight. No, Willow. Sit down, please. Hello. Sit down, please. Willow.
I guess all the women folk are done for today, even though we're just breaking for lunch, right? A little late lunch, but so far this is what we got done. A pretty big pile here, there, right? Obviously when Gladys came out, she was going down this side, which is pretty good. We're trying to keep it, you know, in line with the road, but you have the slant here, and as it comes down, it flattens out. So we're just kind of staying along that line. That way we kind of use this as a buffer. We'll still come in and clear out some of these small stuff, right? All the little saplings. And then it will be cleared out and such. And then it'll be, you know, a nice view to be able to see, which obviously come down the road, all you're going to see is the back of the sawmill at this point. And then further down here, that's where Gladys was going. Basically came all the way down to about this point here. And there's already kind of a natural clearing here, right? But she started going down. Well, to stay in line with the pond, is kind of going this way, but she was going that way. And she's like, I'm making a straight line with the pond. And I was like, no, you're not, you're going crooked. And she's like, no, I'm not, I'm going straight line. So eventually, right, she came up because she's all the way down there. And she's like, let me see where the pond is. So comes up here and starts looking at the pond. And then, you know, be able to orientate yourself 90 degrees to the pond. And then she just started backing straight up, backing straight up, backing straight up. Kind of like what I'm doing now. Right, backing up, backing up, backing up. Until she gets there here, and then she looks to see where she started, which is back here. Or basically where her water, or the soda bottle is. Okay. So I can't back up any further to be in line with the pond, because this tree, even though she cleared it, or was clearing it, she didn't clear it far enough back. And then she looked this way, and she's like, well, she was going that direction, right, instead of that direction. So I was like, hey, I was right? And she's like, shut up. And that, to me, lets me know that, yep, I was right. And I know it doesn't always happen. I'm not always right, and I admit it. But in this instance, I was. And I always know whenever I'm right, because she won't tell me. She'll just say, shut up. And I was like, ding, checking the box. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and break for now. And then we may or may not come back out to this today. It just really depends. We're still, you know, fighting around the weather and such, but if we get it back out here today, then I'll show you a little bit more. Otherwise, we'll be out here another day, and then we'll continue on. But I want to try to see if you guys can kind of, it's so hard to see the lay of the land when you're on camera, but I'm going to kind of back up here to the pond area, try to get a little further down, because right now it like starts sloping down into the pond, right? So whenever this pond was made, and I've seen pictures of it, you know, from, because you go to Google Earth and you can go to historical data, right? So for our area, we can actually look back to like 1985, even though the picture is blurry. Some of the old pictures, right, they're very grainy because it's not good quality equipment, right? The satellites taking pictures. And you can always see the progression of the better equipment that goes up that takes the pictures, and roughly every 2 years, right? So, but from where I'm sitting, let me get you flipped around. So the land, it does slope in this direction just a little bit, and then it comes down, okay? And then, so that side over there is the dam side. So whenever they were making this, they were coming from this side over here and moving dirt that way to create dam basically here in between this area and the creek, and then this area and further down, right? So all of that on that side and this side is dam. So they basically started from here, right, and we're moving dirt in that direction and that direction, okay, basically all the way around. So with that, there's natural runoff, you know, from the ridge, right? A lot of it goes down through the culvert that we have up there at the front, but then there's like this little ditch right here. So I will continue to keep a ditch right here on this side, but we will, you know, have this land worked a little bit before we really start putting like any permanent structures. Like we'll bring some temporary stuff over here to set in, probably further up like on the flat area, but to have this land worked, I'm gonna keep a ditch over on this side that goes that way, you know, to kind of help with, because eventually we still want to have a lot of the water that's coming down off the ridge go down to like a little pond area for animals that we're going to have over here. We're just going to make a small one, right? And then it'll have an overflow that comes this way into this pond, and then this pond overflow is actually in that corner back there, and then that we're going to have a culvert that will send all the water to the creek, right? So there'll be a pond over there, nowhere near the size of this, maybe only like an eighth of this, just small enough for animals, right? This one's actually pretty good size. And then we'll end up getting the overflow and stuff set up for this as well. All right. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and break for lunch. If we come back out, we come back out. We'll see you in a second. Otherwise, we'll see you when we see you. All right, so we're actually on to a new day. So you can probably tell that we actually had a little bit of rain. We actually got rained out from what we were doing. But let's head on over there and see what all got done. Okay, well, this is actually coming out to record for a second time. Because the first time, yeah, don't know what happened. Can't find the video on my phone. Yeah, I'm still using the phone. I use the GoPro too. A lot of the footage is from the GoPro, but sometimes it's easier just to break out the old phone till we can get better equipment. But one of the things that I did say was, you know, we're already past all the yellows, reds, oranges. You know, now we're just into the evergreens and the doo-doo browns. Now that the storm has passed through. It's knocked a lot of the leaves down. A lot of the leaves. Dad still has his stuff. He likes to catch and release. But he gets aggravated at me though, because he'll catch a bigger catfish or something out of there. Ones that he would keep to eat. He's like, want me to keep it? I was like, nah, throw it back. Let it grow up some. He's like, oh. He's like, I have to wait 4 years before I can eat a catfish. See, I told you. No, but coming over here, you can see what all we got done, right? We were able to clear out a lot more here in the front. A lot of the grasses, which Dad's little walk behind does really good. But, excuse me, now that a lot of this is wet, right, and we are expecting even more rain, I'm probably going to try to see if the Ford would come in here with the flow mower. I said I did not want to do that, but it's not going to hurt the tractor none, because I'd be able to come in here, you know, and back in to a lot of these areas to cut it. So I would not drive the tractor through this and then cut it, right? But I can back in the cut, and but yeah, we got pile here, pile there. I think with some rain coming through, the burn bands should be lifting here pretty soon, I would think. If not already, I haven't checked. But yeah, we're getting a lot of this set up, and a lot of this, you know, is still, I don't know what's in my chest. I don't know, still getting over the chest cold, I guess. But a lot of this, you know, the reason why we're clearing a lot of these things is because we plan on moving a lot of that stuff there, you know, my shop and such. And I don't know if you can see it or if you even noticed, but I probably try to zoom you in. There's a portion of a tent sitting there, and they used to sit right in front of my shop, and the storm blew it over. And if you want to see about that, head on over to the Scuttlebutt with IFF. I talked about that a little bit. And then with this, right, I plan on putting the sawmill over on this side. And one of the things, you know, because even with the slope of the land, because, you know, water does come down this side. I do want it to continue to come down this side. It doesn't a lot, right? There's not a lot of water that comes down here, because most of the water that comes off the ridge, right, is all going that way towards the culvert. And then it goes down that side of the property, you know, down the road, and then it ends up going to the creek. But during like really heavy rains, right, it will come up into, so you can see where like the down tree is. this area in here will flood. The water doesn't come up here, right? But it does come into that area. So eventually, we are still going to be, helping with land management, water management as we get this stuff cleared out, because we do want to put another smaller pond over into this side and kind of reroute the overflow of that pond to come this way into this pond, and we'd be still utilizing this ditch right here that would go back behind the sawmill. So it will be far enough up, but even if I don't level the land completely, but have the front, because this side would be the front of the sawmill shed. So if it's closer to the ground here, but then taller in the back, I'm fine with that, right? As long as, because the platform I'd be walking on, I can either build, if I need to walk on the backside, I can make the platform to walk on. And then for here in the front side, kind of same thing. I can always make something to walk on if needed. So if the ground's not perfectly level, but as long as the sawmill, the platform that the sawmill's sitting on and the building and all that is level, that's really all that matters, right? And then obviously I don't have a tractor yet to be able to pick up logs and stuff like that. That will come, but do you absolutely need that? No. Does it make your life easier? Yes. So as long as I have a way, of getting the logs up there, which I'm still debating whether I want to get another tractor first or if I want to get the sawmill first, which I'm probably going to end up getting the tractor first. That's probably going to be our next big purchase after this house, right? So, but sawmill will go this side, then the wood shop, and then the blacksmith shop, right? Basically in front of the pond. And then, so it kind of shaped like an L, but temporarily we're going to be bringing stuff over here to help, with dad stuff, right? A lot of those buildings, we want to start getting that cleaned up over there. And so a lot of those things that are there, right, will end up coming here. So either we'll reutilize some of those materials, tents, whatnot, the buildings, make sure that they're secured a little gooder than what mine was, because it still blew over. But yeah, we're gonna get in here and doing stuff. If I start setting up, the blacksmith shop or woodworking shop, that's all from logs that I've already cut down, right? Those, I'm going to be processing that stuff up and doing, more traditional timber framing for those builds. So a lot of that material is already available. If not, I'll just go cut it down. And I'll get you flipped around, even though I got crazy morning hair, right? Knocking my glasses off. But a lot of the stuff that we're planning for right now, right, it's not going to happen anytime soon. It just, everything's in planning phase. But to get a good plan in place, you need to know what you're working with, right? So stuff that we can always do around here is clear land. Trust me, we still want to clear a lot of stuff. We want to clear, up where mom and grandma's cabin's going to be. There's a lot of places that still need to be cleared. And hopefully you guys don't see that on camera. Willow's over there dookying. She's so uncouth. But a lot of land still needs to be cleared, right? And that's one of the things that we can do. It's not, I mean, yes, it's hard work, but in a sense, it's not hard to get done, right? You just got to take it a day at a time, and it'll get done. So just remember that many hands work, or make great work, or was it, how's that saying goes? Or many hands makes short work. So if you don't have many hands, then that's where you go and ask for the help if you want to get it done quickly. I mean, for us, we have, you know, me, Gladys, mom and dad, the kids when they want to help, and then here soon will be my mom will be able to help. I know that she's would love to get out here and do stuff, and then grandma's on her, you know, her retirement. She's done working, right? She does the kitchen stuff. She still loves cooking. She still loves doing stuff like that. She'll still gets up and do dishes and all those things, but you know, she's up into that, what is she now, upper 80s. So for her, and she's still going strong, y'all. She's still going strong. So she's excited to come down to Arkansas. She's ready. She just wants a front porch swing. And that's always been one of her dreams that she's wanted. So with the house that's coming, and then also with their cabin, we are definitely going to make sure that it has a front porch swing. So, but that's what we got. That's what's going on. So we'll continue to get over there as I'm recording this. It's getting into the weekend, so we should be getting a little busier with the foundation stuff for the gathering house. As far as I know, those are guys still coming tomorrow. So, but that's for me, right? As you guys are watching this, it's Monday. So, but we definitely thank you guys for following in on our journey, helping us grow, sharing us out. It's greatly appreciated. And leave us a comment. We always like those. For the most part. And yeah, that's it. So you can always check out another video right here. It's greatly appreciated. Got an entire year's playlist if you want to stick around a little bit longer. Icons at the top. Go check them out. Give us that subscribe if you're not subscribed already and you made it this far. Why not? And then last but not least, get out there, thank a veteran at every chance you get, not only on Veterans Day. Hopefully you had a great Halloween, and we'll see you on the next one. Later, y'all.